if you're like me and you like nothing better than going out, finding some rocks and sessioning some rocks with some friends and seeing who can hit the best lines and who can do a line that nobody else can do and everything else, keep watching, because this video is definitely for you. We've got an amazing story to tell you about a new, gonna say crawler, we'll get into names a bit later on, from Procrawler, the masters of LCG chassis. And we've got Pierre from Procrawler here. He's going to tell us the whole story about their new product and how it came to be born, and then take you through some of the amazing differences about this and why it is the rig you're going to want to have if you love sessioning rocks and just taking impossible lines. So first of all, Pierre, thank you very much for coming on and talking to us.
Thank you for being here. Super happy to chat with you.
No problem. For those of you who don't know, Pierre's in Hungary, so and I'm in the UK, so this is really cool as well. So I hope you've got better weather than we have here, because at the moment it is absolutely pouring with rain and hasn't stopped all day.
Not too much. It's quite windy here now, so
rain,
okay. Wind. So
rain and wind. So almost to say, okay. So there we go. Okay, so let's talk about it, because I'm super excited about this product. Every time Procrawler launch a product, I get super excited. But this one is special because it's like a whole nother step forward. It's a massive leap forward. Before we talk about it in detail, I'm really interested to find out from you how you came up with this idea, because I think you went about it in a new way and you tried something really new and different. So could you tell us a little bit about how you came to get to this crawler being born, if you like, and designed? What was the design process like?
Yes, the idea of entering the cheater outlaw style market was born 1.5 years ago, but we were famous about our comp level stuff. So and it was the main focus of our work. So we had no time to develop a cheater style platform. And I told the guys that, okay, it's over. We will never have month to develop a cheater style stuff because of the comp level, pro level products. So I decided to give a try for a new design process, a method. I called it product development sprint, which means we moved into a cottage for 2.5 days, the team, and from the product definition to the end product, we wanted to get the farthest we can with the process. So 2.5 days, it's an intensive thing. We work day and night, word by word, day and night. And after the weekend, at the end of Sunday, we had a 60-65% level of readiness of the product. So all the basic geometry, all the chassis line, all the main parts were ready. Only the link kits were made after this weekend. So it was an amazing and exciting experience to work such an intensive way, and I think it would be an 8-month process in the standard way. because all the guys in the team has civil life, civil work, and so on. So we saved a lot of time there, and so
So
here we go now.
it's yeah. It sounds like I'm guessing a lot of pizza and a lot of beer was consumed during the process.
Actually, I don't drink alcohol, but uh, yeah, good food and good drinks. It was part of the process.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. So tell me a little bit about the people in the room because clearly there was some talent in the room. You had some people. Probably you should kind of name check them a little bit and tell us a little bit about the people that you chose to go in there because you couldn't do that just with anybody. I'm guessing you had some talented people in the room.
Yes. Yes. Actually, the team. Uh, we should mention the guys.
Mm.
Uh, the team is Balázs Hered, who is the CAD Ninja engineer uh, in the team. Balincere, I think all the com drivers, especially in Europe, they have to know his name because
Mm.
he's a multiple European champion in ISRCC, European Championship or Cup, and second place in Sudix last year, second place in Eurocrawl in 2022. Uh, and we have Steve, the third person, who is more than 20 or 25 years in RC business or RC
Wow.
hobby, with an extreme level of experience. And me, it's the fourth member of the team. So we are together from the very first moment. We met in 2019. So since there, we we are together as a creator team behind the Procrawler brand.
It's amazing. Perfect. Yeah, there's a lot of talent in four people there, isn't it? And a lot of
Yeah, a lot
experience, of
of talent
course.
in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So can you remember what the kind of the brief was that you kind of when you sat them down on the first day, can you remember kind of what you said for them to do or to come up with, or was it literally just guys go crazy, we're gonna design something?
Uh, each and every product is designed based on a very detailed product definition.
Hmm.
It is a list, a checklist, what the product has to do uh, after the design process. So with this, we aimed to be totally unlimited, uh, no rules. We didn't care any or everything. And the idea was to make a snub nose like chassis concept with
Hmm.
a very short nose, everything pushing forward for clearance uh, and weight distribution. So it's a very nice piggy,
Yeah.
actually, when it comes to weight distribution and geometry. So it has a very short nose. It's the transmission, the motor, and the electronic. One of the electronic trays is pushed in a very small intensive area or space. Uh, and we have amazing clearance behind this part of the chassis. So this was the main idea, and being progressive and no don't care about cliches or conventions or any rule sets or anything. So
Yeah,
it was
that's
a
a nice
fun
brief, isn't it? Yeah.
it was a fun project. So that's all.
Yeah. And obviously can't wait. For those of you who've never bought a Procrawler product before, why haven't you? Obviously, but also the thing that's always really cool as well is the little sticker kits you get with them, and each product has its own little sticker kit. So the little Yuki little man with the eyes, and you've got obviously the
Yes,
flat
yeah, the
gecko.
ninja.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out with this. Will it have its own little sticker kit? And is it gonna, I'm very excited for that even. Because you're the
I
designer,
have
aren't
to
you?
give you an insight,
Okay.
some backstage info.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm still working on the symbol for this
Okay.
because it is so hard. Because the
Mm.
flat gecko is quite easy. It's a gecko skull. The
Yeah.
yuki, the yuki is a Japanese thematic. It's the ninja
Yeah.
head. It's okay, but the cheater uh,
Yeah.
uh, show it with a symbol without hurting anybody's feelings. It's
Yeah.
quite a huge challenge, but we will find the solution.
I'm
Uh,
sure. And I look forward to seeing it as well.
when we have to send the factory decal sheets to the printing house, I will find the solution till then.
Cool. Yeah, we'll be very excited to see those for sure. So, okay, right. So we've got this amazing weekend, probably the first of many by the sound of things, because it sounds like it worked really well, and I'm sure you'll want to do it again. You probably needed a big rest afterwards, though, I'm guessing as well, because it sounds really intense. So let's talk about the names. So everybody has heard of Flat Gecko because, you guys came onto the market with the Flat Gecko product, and it just made an impression straight away. People know the Flat Gecko. So let's talk about just the naming conventions, because obviously the overall company is called Procrawler, right?
Yeah, is the manufacturer brand of ours.
Yeah. And then you've got different, if you like, product lines underneath that, which fit into different sectors, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, we actually we have a system behind everything. It comes from my personality because it's my hobby to build systematic things behind the smaller things.
Yeah.
Actually, our branding is Flat Gecko was the first brand. Actually, this is the scale crawler brand, competition level scale crawler pro level brand.
Yeah.
The other brand is the Yuki brand,
I love my
which
Yuki.
which is called Performance RC Rock Crawler RC. So this is dedicated to the WRCCA classes, and the FS1 was the very first product line, which was the performance scale product line. So actually, we will come out this year with the sportsman product later on. So we plan to step by step to cover the WRCCA classes which we are interested in and which we can show quality and performance in.
So where does the XC23 sit then for people who are
The
getting their head around?
XC23 is a Flat Gecko product because it's dedicated to scale crawling, but it performs very, very well. So it is absolutely WRCCA performance scale legal. So it's actually a great fit to soccer class class 3, and also the WRCC performance products or classes. So actually, the XC23 is a flat gecko product, but fits both rule sets.
Yeah, it comes right up close to the crossing over, doesn't it? It's
Yes, but
and then,
the XC23 is not a dedicated performance scale product, because what is the difference? The XC23 is CMS and AEMS ready, but in performance scale class, you don't need the CMS. AMS is a better choice. That's why the Yuki FS1 is AMS only.
Yeah.
And this gives us quite a big freedom with the line of the chassis in front. For example, no panhard mount, no panhard link, etc. So so it's very close. It's legal to performance scale, but it's for Sorka too. As it's not a question.
Yeah, and it's scarily good.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and then obviously the C1V1 sits into performance scale class 1.
Yeah, C1V1. It's for class 1. Actually, it was a real funny story because we designed it with the aluminum chassis rails, and right after the rails were delivered, Sorka came out with the carbon allowance.
Yeah.
So after that, we had to make a turn with the carbon version as well. So it was a surprise for us, but now it is available with aluminum and carbon rails as well. So not a problem.
The aluminium rails, I think, are some of the most beautiful finished rails you can buy anywhere in the world.
Yes.
The finish on them is exquisite, isn't it?
Yes, yes. I think the aluminum version of the C1 is actually the most sophisticated, the most beautiful performance-driven thing I have ever seen. That's I'm saying not because we made it, because it is like this.
No.
So, I never seen more sophisticated, more detailed, and more beautiful performance-based class 1 thing.
It's almost a work of art in itself, isn't it? Just those rails.
Yeah.
Talking about which, let's get back to the prank, because we've talked about rails. Let's talk about some of the features, and please, we've got to start with the rails. Let's talk about the rails, because you'd never seen anything like this before. These rails are going to be spectacular. Tell us about this, because it's not carbon, it's not aluminium.
Yeah,
it's a whole new process, isn't it?
Yes, actually, if we come out with a product called Prank, we have to do this not a conventional way. That's why we didn't want we didn't want to have another carbon sheet, carbon fiber based chassis platform. We didn't want aluminum because it's not an LCG thing to use aluminum. So we wanted a new material which can give us the idea of no break feeling. So and super light. And after a lot of research, we got to a special kind of polymer, and actually this is a polycarbonate thing, but this is a special kind of polycarbonate from Sweden. We have a supplier from Sweden, and I love it because it's water clear. It's actually no break. It's a no break chassis rail, and it is on the limit of rigidity and flexibility. Actually, this material gives a healthy torsion, a healthy movement or help for the flex. So, and this gives a great opportunity for builders to use shorter shocks, and the whole rig will behave in another way, like with carbon.
So you're going to use the flex of the chassis.
Yes,
with shorter shocks.
Not a big. It's not a big thing, but it's a great help, and it works. It works super fine.
Yeah, and
I
transparent.
I wouldn't do it in a comp level product, but in a cheater product, this is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and it's transparent,
water clear.
Yeah, so it is, which I've never seen before. I don't know if anyone's done it before with that sort of level of clear. So that in itself is amazing. You know, it's a whole new material into chassis. So I guess we better talk about some of the other things. Let's talk about, where do you want to go next? Let's talk about the skid. The angle of the skid is crazy.
Yes.
20 degrees or something?
Yes, it's 20 degrees actually, and it is as much as we can. It is re-angled, so the transmission doesn't have to stand in a 20 degrees position, because the rear drive shaft would be funny. So that's why we re-angled the surface of the skid to get a healthy front and rear output angle. So actually, I mentioned the front part, that it is a very, very intensive and small space for everything, for transmission, motor, and the electronics tray. So we had to mirror the grind 431 V2 transmission, because on the left side, because of the offset axles, the left side was so busy, the space, that we had to put the motor on the right side. So that's why we flipped the well-known and bestseller transmission. So
it's basically it's the transmission that everybody loves, and everything else just flipped over. So it's going to fill the space.
Same. It's only flipped to the right side. And after this Funders Club campaign closing, it will be available in the left side and the right side version,
cool.
The transmission itself. So of course, anybody can get this feature, not only the Cheatr Prank users.
Yeah, but matched with that 20-degree skid, and the motor, and there's space enough for up to a 550 can as well. So you're saying it's squashed in, but you can still get a decent sized motor in there. It's not like you're going to have to. I mean, I like my revolvers. I do like the revolver. Although I've been looking at some of the bigger in-runner motors, and I've got one in my C1 V1, and that's really nice, one of the Holmes ones. But of course, it's bigger. But this, you've got all the space you need, so you can choose the motor that really works with your driving style.
Yes, actually, it was a prank. It was a prank for Balázs, the arcade ninja, in the product definition to challenge him that Fusion should be able to use in this snub nose, very, very short space. So this was a this was a fun game from our side to him, if we
Yeah,
can solve this.
and he
So
has.
it works super fine with a snub nose Holmes motor, or with the Fusion as well. Of course, it all depends on your setup, what you mm, put together,
Yeah,
what axle, what motor, what ESC, what battery, what size of battery. So it depends on a lot of elements. But actually, you can do it with a Fusion as well, just like an outrunner or anything like that.
that's crazy, isn't it? So I'm guessing, I mean, generally, and you can correct me, but generally I always aim for like a 60-40 weight bias. Are you expecting the bias to be higher, maybe 65-35 on this? Because everything's so far forward?
Yes, actually, 20, I think this is my personal opinion. 20 degrees in a comp level thing is not too realistic, because of rules.
Yeah,
and you can do this, you can do this only in a cheater, an unlimited unruled cheater platform. I don't think that it could be realistic in a comp level SORCA or WRCCA performance scale legal. For example, in performance scale, you have to have a minimum of 90 millimeters of front lower links. So
okay,
this will tell you where the skid can be in a
yeah.
minimum. So, and there you can't use 20 degrees because it's rear, too rear for this.
Hmm. So yeah, so the thing that we should point out to people who haven't had one of your products before is when you buy one of these things, you're not just buying the rails, you're buying the system, and everything
Yes.
is designed to work. So if you say, okay, I want to get one of these and I've got some Capra axles and I'm going to put it on Capra axles, you guys have done all the clever science and the links are worked out for that axle. So it's done, it's CAD'd, the links are CAD'd for that axle. It's not just a generic, we'll just buy some links and try and fit it together. You
No,
guys
no,
have
no.
done the science behind it and have got it tuned for each axle. Yeah?
Yes, actually, we have all axles as a model,
Mm-hmm.
and we designed the general geometry of the named platform first, the chassis system,
Yeah.
and we have the general geometry. We design all the dedicated link kits for all major axle types. So no, there is no one recipe
No. And that's
for it.
but people who haven't experienced that before might not know about that, but it's brilliant because you say, okay, well, I'm going to have, let's say I'm going to have a Yuki and I want to run it on AR45Ps, for example.
Yeah.
The design has been done to make sure that those links are perfect for that axle and that chassis together. So when you
Yes.
buy the chassis kit, it comes with the right links for the axles that you want, the right skid. Although, again, everybody should just buy, this is my opinion, everybody should just buy a grind with it and do it properly, because the grind is one of the best transmissions I've ever seen. It's tiny, it works beautifully, and again, it sits on the matched skid, and everything works together so well. And
Yes,
especially with this one.
Actually, this is aimed. So this is our main goal with Procrawler from the very, very first moment, to build systems. So the transmission, the chassis geometry, the links, everything works together, and you can get to the podium right out of the box. No hacking, no third-party aftermarket things. You get it, and the system works. Actually,
sorry, go on.
Actually, I don't like chassis rails like cheese with tons of holes, because you have, as a designer, you have to do the homework, the physical homework, the math, and all the homework. If you see our chassis rails, we have limited mounting points for the upper links, the lower links, the shock towers, because we did the homework. We have a physical geometrical concept with anti-squat, anti-dive calculations, and so on. So you don't, as a user, you don't have to do the homework, because we have done.
And it's more than homework, because a lot of the time for people, it's spending money, isn't it? Because you buy something, it doesn't work, you have to buy something else, you try that, okay, that's a little bit better, but I'm going to have to buy another thing. And this way, it's all done by experts. They've set it all up for you, and it's all ready. Now, talking about holes, on the new chassis, I saw a photo, we've got special holes, haven't we? For the links, because there's more tunability that's been built into this chassis than I've seen before.
Yes, we wanted to give more sophisticated fine-tuning possibilities for builders. That's why we created this continuous hole system instead of separate holes, because you can do more fine-tuning with these mounting positions to get the proper one that works for you, with your axles, with your whole setup.
Yeah, because it will change depending on which shocks you use, even down to tires sometimes, isn't it? Because if you've got smaller diameter tires, that can affect things. And
link razor, if you use or not, it depends a lot of things. So
this is all tunable here. So for people who want to get that extra, take it to the next level, that extra 1%. It's very easy to try some lines, test it. Okay, now you can change it a little bit, try it again. Was that better? Did that feel better? And
yes, actually, Lucas Klapfer, European champion, he's our factory driver, one of our factory drivers, and he told me that on our comp driver level, 1 millimeter is so much. Much. 1 millimeter clearance, 1 millimeter or a half millimeter of a mounting point, it takes matter. So on that level, because getting to the podium of a European level, international or a US US level competition, it's very hard to get there because
Yeah.
so small differences give the final result. So that's why we try to give sophisticated options for tuning, but no unnecessary options with a lot of holes, and you will do it
Yeah.
as you want. So
That's amazing. So, okay, I'm sure by now people are as excited as I am about this.
and as I am.
Yeah, oh yeah, I bet you can't wait. So to see it, the whole thing must be amazing when you first see it, when you see your baby and it's there in front of you and you can put the kit together yourself. If you have
Yes,
time, because you'll be too busy shipping them out and everything
yes.
else. But so the way you fund these is interesting as well. So folks, if you like the sound of this, you can go to the website and you can pre-order it. You get a fantastic deal. And this is the way that I guess you cover the machining costs and things like that. And because you've got to buy a load of everything. So if this sounds like it's the right thing for you, and if you're still watching, it probably is, let's be honest. You can pre-order it. You'll get a fantastic value price. You'll get a t-shirt to say that you've committed to it and everything else, and you get some really good goodies and save a bit of money and be the first people in the world to get it. And we're thinking it's going to be available. Is it end of April? Is the something around that sort of time?
We plan the production to start the shipping to early mid-April, something like that. It depends on the successful campaign,
The take up, yeah.
Of course, the faster the campaign succeeds, the faster the production will go on.
So folks, come on, get on an order so that we can all get them earlier and we can be out on the rocks sooner. So if you're liking the sound of this, get on with it, because we all want to drive these. You just know already they're going to be amazing, and so tunable that they're just going to get better and better and better, and you'll be able to fine tune them and everything else. And of course, the Procrawler community is amazing as well, and I can't wait to see, people sharing how they're tuning and how they're building to give you ideas as to how you can, tweak it, tune it a bit, and things like that. But everybody's really open. If you go to like one of the Procrawler Facebook pages, things like that, people will share their builds. They'll tell you exactly what they've done, and they'll help you get yours as good. It's not like some of these really, really competitive places where people won't tell you. They don't want to tell you what's going on because they want to keep it a secret. The Procrawler family is an amazing family as well, and that's important, isn't it? Because
for sure, yeah, it is aimed to get the best people together, and they are amazing.
Yeah. So there we are, folks. That's the whole story. It's an amazing story. It's going to be an amazing chassis. We'll put details in the description how you can get involved, but do get involved so we can all get ours quicker. Thank you, Pierre, so much for your time and for kind of sharing the whole process and everything, because I think that would be really interesting for people. There we are. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the possibility, and it was a pleasure to have a chat with you about this.